Uganda's parliament has passed a bill which would criminalise people who identify as LGBTQ, with those found guilty facing up to 10 years in prison.
In our country, we will have our morals, we will protect our children, and we are making this law, for ourselves, we are making this law for our children, we are making this law for the children of our children. This country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
In a major blow to the LGBTQ community in Russia, country's Supreme Court has ruled that the people from the community should be termed as extremists. This move comes after decades of suppression on the LGBTQ community in Russia.
Representatives of gay and transgender people fear Thursday's ruling will lead to the arrest and prosecution of those who speak out for the community.
Thousands of people marched through the streets of New Delhi on Sunday to celebrate the city's annual Gay Pride Parade.
I just arrived today for the Gay Pride, and I'm here because I'm for equality.
India's Supreme Court 3 years ago reinstated Section 377 of the Constitution, which criminalizes gay sex. However, a petition that seeks to re-examine the 2013 judgment is pending before a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court.
सभापति महोदय, भारत के अंदर विवाह की संस्था को पवित्र माना गया है और विवाह का मतलब होता है बायोलॉजिकल मैन एंड बायोलॉजिकल फीमेल, उसके बीच का संबंध। यह सदियों पुराना हमारे जो रिचुअल्स हैं, हिंदू धर्म में भी विवाह को डिवाइन ओरिजिन के रूप में माना गया है।
The World Bank estimates that workplace discrimination against members of the LGBT community could cost India billions of dollars in lost productivity.
Same-sex marriage would cause complete havoc.
Hello guys, there is one task for you all. Two magnets low, and I want you all to join them together by bringing the same poles in contact. Are they repelling each other? Yeah, because same poles of magnet repel each other and opposite attracts. This is what we had learned in our school. This is the law of nature, and if it is happening against the law, then something is abnormal. 6 May 1868, when first time this word homosexual was introduced in a scientific research paper. Homosexual is nothing but the same-sex relationship where one individual is sexually attracted to the second sex gender. Initially, this word was carrying a negative connotation.
There are a lot of kids here, and if we catch you with a homosexual, the rest of your life will be a living hell. And you will be caught. Don't think you won't be caught.
But धीरे-धीरे this concept took a fire because of some events like Pride Parade in Bologna in 2008 and the Stonewall riots in 1969 in New York City.
Somehow being gay was those terrible things. You could
CBS News Public Opinion Survey indicates that sentiment is against permitting homosexual relationships without legal punishment.
The Stonewall Bar was right in the center of where we all were.
We were, and then more police came. All of a sudden, pandemonium broke loose.
And this was the Rosa Parks moment, the time that gay people stood up and said,
it was thrilling. It was
in the civil rights movement, we ran from the police. That night, the police ran from us.
Now what is happening, you have already seen in these videos. In the thumbnail, you have already seen what we're going to talk about in this video. Yes, it's LGBTQ, a major concern for all of us. आपने ये 6-band rainbow flag कहीं ना कहीं तो जरूर देखा होगा. This represents LGBTQ plus community. Even I got to know about this thing very recently. A brief intro about for those who don't know about what LGBTQ is. LGBTQ community is basically a group of people where L stands for lesbians, where two females come in relationship with each other. G is gay, where two males come in relationship with each other. B is bisexual. It doesn't matter to them if they're attracted to male or female. T is transgender, and transgenders are basically किन्नर जिनका जन्म से ही लिंग के आधार पर कोई वर्गीकरण नहीं होता है. So you can consider it as a third gender. ठीक है? Queer is a group of people where they cannot find themselves in these four categories. And plus means so on, where only that individual can decide what is their sexual drive. Well, there is no doubt that these all are happening because of this LGBTQ wali psychology. But apart from this thing, there is one more thing that matters a lot. And it is your parents' dates when they were in contact with each other. In Ayurveda, these people are called as Napunsak. There are different types of Napunsak, but these people fall under Shandak Napunsak and Narcheshtita Napunsak. Yo bharyaya mrito mohat anganeva pravartate tatah stri cheshtita karo jayate sandasanjitam. It means while sexual intercourse, if male partner is behaving like a female, then the male progeny or a boy who will be born in future will have a feminine character. And he will behave like a female instead of having masculine anatomical structure. In the same way, Rito Purushavatvapi Pravarti Tanganayati Tatra Kanya Yadi Bhavit Sa Bhavit Narcheshtita. If a female is behaving like a male while having sexual intercourse, then the female progeny who will be born in future will behave like a man. In short, Acharya Sushruti is saying, Ahar Acharya Cheshta Yadrishiti Samanvitam Tripunsa Samupeyatam Tayo Putro Pitadrishakam. It means action and behavior of progeny is always decided by the parents' behavior, mental condition, diet, actions, all these things while having sexual intercourse. I want you all to understand this thing very clearly. The type of pornography content you guys are consuming on these porn sites are not real. If you don't want your children to be a part of this LGBTQ community, then please stop consuming these.
Porn stars.
It is very obvious that some exceptional cases are going to be there, but don't be an exception. Sadhguru ji aisa kuch kehte hain.
I don't think it needs to become a national or international issue. It's their business, what they're doing. But at the same time, there is no need to campaign for it or against it. There is no need to campaign against it. There is no need to campaign for it. If you allow nature to take its course, the percentage of people who will fall that way are extremely small. But because of a whole campaign going on in the world, the number of people entering that space has become bigger, much bigger than what it should be. Why so many of you are upset about it or for it or against it is simply because there has been a campaign around the world. I'm saying the campaign should stop. There may be a few people who are oriented that way, leave them alone, it's their business, all right? Even if you're a heterosexual, you don't go about talking it on the street. When your parents say something, they may refer to their religion because they think it's an authority. You take away the authority, just listen to the words. If it makes sense, do it. If it doesn't make sense, tell them politely, that's not the way it is with me, all right?
According to Sankhya Darshan and Sankhya philosophy, this world is made by the combination of Prakriti and Purush. अर्थात प्रकृति and पुरुष के संयोग से इस सृष्टि की उत्पत्ति हुई है. Prakriti and Purush are very vast terminologies to understand. But in short, if you want to know about these things, Prakriti and Purush are eternal and opposite characters which exist in equilibrium before the manifestation of cosmos, and they neutralize each other's property to maintain this equilibrium. This tells us that this world or a new life can only come into existence if these Prakriti and Purush are coming together. If it is not happening so, then this thing is going to bring an abnormality and this will be the cause of destruction. It is just like एक proton है and that proton in finding another proton to become stable, which is impossible. If you want to become stable, then you need an electron to become stable, to neutralize yours. Acharya Sushrut says, Yada narya vapuyetam vrishastanyau katanchana munchatha shukramanyonyam anasthi tatra jayate. If two women are indulging in sexual activity and if one of her gets pregnant, yes, Acharya Sushrut is saying a female can get pregnant by another female. Munchatha shukram anyonyam. Then in this case, a child will be born in future, will be boneless. That child will have no pattern and character like bones, nails, hairs, even if these things are present. It was soft and it will be very brittle. Okay. Initially, number of these LGBTQ people was very low. But 1969 में न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में हुए द स्टोनहेल राइट्स की वजह से इस LGBTQ कम्युनिटी के बारे में इस लोगों को पता चला. एंड देखते ही देखते इस कम्युनिटी ने ग्लोबल लेवल पर अपनी छाप छोड़ दी, जिसकी वजह से मोस्ट ऑफ द जेंजीज आर फीलिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू द सेम सेक्स जेंडर. Ayurveda believes that sarvada sarva bhavanam samanyam vriddhi karanam. If things with the same properties are coming together, then it is going to increase its number or its quality. Suppose there is a person who has a feeling towards same-sex gender and he is spending a lot of his time with a person who has the same feeling. Then in this condition, these feelings are going to be 10x or 100x because both of their feelings are going to be in resonance with each other. There is one basic law of nature. The psychology is shaped by the people you surround yourself with. Suppose आपने एक अच्छा खासा कपड़ा पहना and you are a friend with a person who works in a coal mine. ठीक है? Then in this condition, if you are going to meet him, then directly or indirectly, उस coal की कालिक आपके ऊपर लग ही जाएगी. In the same condition, अगर आपका कोई friend है who works in a perfume industry and you are spending just a minute with him, then आपके बॉडी में से उसी परफ्यूम की सुगंध आने लगेगी. सो किस तरह के लोगों के साथ आप अपना समय व्यतीत कर रहे हो, उसी तरह का आपका कैरेक्टर बन जाता है. The same thing is happening with a young generation who are feeling very attracted to this LGBTQ community. This is an abnormality which is normalized by pseudo-biological argumentation. These are not my words. This was a statement given by Wendell Ardbeg. 1 अगस्त 2011 में इस PhD स्कॉलर वेंडन आर्डवेग ने एक रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश किया, साइकोजेनेसिस ऑफ होमोसेक्सुअलिटी. इस रिसर्च पेपर में उन्होंने इस साइकोलॉजिकल एबनॉर्मैलिटी के रीजंस बताए, which was same-sex peer isolation, immature personality, neuroticism, अर्थात emotional instability. Wendell Ardbeg was very concerned about this mentality, and in his research paper he clearly mentioned homosexual is explained here as a character neurosis. Characteristics of this neurotic character syndrome include personality immaturity, self-victimization, and self-centeredness. This syndrome affects not only the emotional but also the moral and spiritual dimensions of the psyche, and if indulged more into this, then it leads to generalized personality deterioration. According to him, the same-sex relationship is nothing but a syndrome, a group of disease needs to be taken care of as soon as possible. Like Wendell Ardbeg, Ayurveda also believes that feeling of attraction towards same-sex gender is a psychological disorder, and it is named as Unmaad. Unmaadam punarmano buddhi sangya jnana smriti buddhishila cheshta achar vibhransham vidya. Charak Nidan Khan, 7th Adhyay, 5th Shlok. It means psychopathology of mental states like mind, decision, orientation, desire, habits, psychomotor activities, behavior is Unmaad. इस चेष्टा के बारे में आचार्य चक्रपाणी ने कमेंट करते हुए कहा है कि चेष्टा विभ्रंशात् अनुचित चेष्टा भवति. It means normal behavioral activity से abnormal behave करना is चेष्टा विभ्रंश. This is what this all LGBTQ people are doing nowadays. These words of mine could be very difficult or hard to digest for the people who belong to this LGBTQ community. But if you want to help yourself and some of the people who are feeling that they are going through this phase and they want to get rid of this feeling, then contact us as soon as possible. We will try to help you. According to reports, these LGBTQ people are found more in India than in any other country. इसका सीधा सीधा कारण तो मुझे ये लगता है कि these people are blindly following these Western countries. Before following someone, there are few factors which are needed to be considered. Like dushyam desham balam kalam haralam prakritim vayam sattvam satmyam tataharam avasthashya. Before following anything, you guys are supposed to follow these 10 factors. If you're not doing so, then you are going to suffer mentally, physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually. हर एक तरीके से you're going to suffer. If you want to know about these 10 factors in detail, then write me in the comment section. I'll make a separate video for this thing. Like all of us have heard one thing, that one size doesn't fit everyone, doesn't fit all. इसलिए Ayurveda physicians always consider these 10 factors before making a diagnosis, treatment, and diet for the patients. So stop blindly following these Western people if you are going through the same thing. It is the beginning and it can be reversed according to Ayurveda. So if you are at a stage, if it is the beginning, then try to find a good Ayurvedic doctor around you and get yourself treated as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys. We will try to make more and more videos like this in connection with Ayurveda concepts. Thank you so much.